The cocaine caper! We've been wanting this story to come back because, ladies and gentlemen, we know who done it. We know who done it. Okay? We're aware. We're pretty sure we have not only the personal evidence, but the physical evidence of who actually brought the cocaine into the White House. Now, it turns out, according to the New York Post, that Joe Biden is hiding the identity. Let's go through the report first. White House cocaine may belong to somebody in the Biden family orbit, according to the report. Bag of coke found in the West Wing is from the Biden family orbit. What does that mean? It's the Biden family. Now, they tried to blame this on the black member of the administration, Kamala Harris. Just a classic Biden move. We're going to get into that. They've been doing this for a long time, blaming their drug problems on black people. This is something that the Bidens often and regularly do. Okay, we're going to cover all that. But first, the breaking news. Soldier of Fortune publisher Susan Katz-Keating made a shocking claim that, citing 3 security sources inside of the White House, published on Sunday, even texting a number linked to President Biden, that the sniff culprit is inside of the Biden family. According to Keating, who's a reporter, the Secret Service publicly announced that they've closed the investigation without identifying a suspect. If you want the name, ask Joe Biden, the source said. Who is it? It's somebody within the Biden family. It wasn't Hunter. Uh-oh! Do we have the sad trombone? Dun, 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 dun. Referring to the president's son, who is a recovering drug addict. It wasn't Hunter. Oh, no. You can see the text here on your screen. So, ladies and gentlemen, what could it be? Who could it be? And more importantly, this doesn't preclude Hunter from using the drug. In fact, we know that this drug was found multiple times inside of the Biden White House. This is apparently the 3rd time that the Secret Service has had to find a bag of cocaine inside the White House. These people are such utter and total degenerates. Is Joe Biden the one high on crack in the White House? Who would we look to for guidance in this issue? Who shall we look to? There's only one man who truly understands. His name is Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, in a recent speech, made such a sobering, thoughtful, highly intelligent point. Tucker Carlson made sure that we all knew, ladies and gentlemen, that it makes perfect sense, based on his professional understanding of the political world, that the cocaine user in the White House is actually Joe Biden. Watch.
No one was more shocked than I was. Are you serious? In the Biden White House, somebody left an 8-ball of cocaine in a public. I said to my wife, it's just not in character. You know? I just don't believe it. It's clearly a setup. I went right back to Marion Barry and I was like, somebody set you up. I'm serious. It was, you know what I mean? It was like, it was so, I'll stop with it. That was my favorite story of all time. Because it just explains all the behavior. It really does. I mean, I worked in the media business for my whole life, so I know what the behavior looks like. But it's like crazed and grandiose. I've got a plan. You're not going to believe it. It's unbelievable. It's going to totally work. What we're going to do is we're going to totally rearrange everything, okay? We've been doing things a certain way for a long time, okay? And it's worked. But I've got a better plan. And that's their entire approach.
Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. We're going to solve climate change. First thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we tax people so that the sun isn't hot anymore. That's the first thing. Second thing we're going to do is, you know, that black vice president that we got? We're going to blame her for the bag of cocaine that I left when I was coming in here. Where is it? Where'd it go? Where's it go? Why is there flies in here? What's happening? Ooh, my skin. It feels like it's all prickly. Ooh. That's the Biden administration, man, in a nutshell. And we're going to show you the videos that prove it, man. Show you the videos that prove it. Dude, this place is, this family is so messed up. It's so messed up. You can start way back with Joe Biden, back in the day. You know, Joe Biden's been blaming a lot of his problems on various members of the community that he sees as a issue for him. There's some young man named Corn Pop. And Joe Biden has always had a bit of an issue with people who disrespect him. And one day, Corn Pop got on a diving board with too much pomade in his hair, and Joe Biden said that he would wrap a chain around his neck and kill him while calling him a racial slur. You might recall.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude, and he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did, and back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap. And so he was up on the board, wouldn't listen to me. I said, hey, Esther, you, off the board, or I'll come up and drag you off. Well, he came off, and he said, I'll meet you outside. My car, these were all public housing behind it. My car, there was a gate out here. I parked my car outside the gate. And he said, I'll be waiting for you. He was waiting for 3 guys in straight razors. Not a joke. There was a guy named Bill Wright, Mouse, the only white guy, and he did all the pools. He was the mechanic. And I said, what am I going to do? He said, come down here in the basement where all the pool filter is. You know, the chain, there used to be a chain that went across the deep end. And he cut off a 6-foot length of chain. He folded up. He said, you walk out with that chain. And you walk to the car and say, you may cut me, man, but I'm going to wrap this chain around your head. I said, you kidding me? He said, no, if you don't come back. And he was right.
We should just open the show with that clip every single day. This is Joe Biden attacking a young black man because he had too much pomade in his hair. Joe Biden is a scumbag. Joe Biden, somebody who, after a tragic accident that killed his wife and his daughter, used his sons in hospital beds as a prop. Okay? There's nothing below Joe Biden. And the Biden regime began to sprinkle out there that this cocaine might actually be Kamala Harris's. That it's actually Kamala Harris who uses this entry and this doorway, and maybe it belongs to her. But just a simple look through of the Biden family balcony antics will show you which members of the administration are actually addicted to cocaine. You can see Hunter Biden effectively snorting on the White House balcony. This is in the same time that all of the cocaine was found in the White House. Look at this. This is exactly as Tucker Carlson demonstrated. Like sweaty, wiping his hair, like fiddling with his nose, like jolty, jittery. Jill Biden doesn't even want to make eye contact with him because this is when the news had broken. Watch Jill. Jill is the tell here. Jill's like, get away from me. Don't you ever come near my bath curtains ever again. I wear these bath curtains. I'm proud of them. I'm very upset that Bed Bath & Beyond's going out of business. Hunter Biden behaves, still to this very day, like an addict. Yeah, got Ashley Biden, too, who in her diary regularly admits to using substances. Ashley Biden going up and groping her father. Very, very feely, very touchy, very weird activity here. This is Ashley Biden rubbing down Joe, caressing Joe, the feeling. So who was it? Was it one of Joe's grandkids that he acknowledges? Ladies and gentlemen, the breaking news is that it is Joe Biden who is keeping all of this information from the American people. That is Joe Biden who knows precisely who and what member of his family brought the cocaine into the White House. And who did they bring it in for? Did they actually bring it in for Joe? We don't know. We're just asking, we're doing what the press should be doing. The press inside of Washington, D.C., we are the media. We're bigger than half these outlets. Anyway, the Betting Brigade is bigger than half these outlets. We're doing proper journalism here. Is it Joe Biden who's using the cocaine? We're not sure, but people need to start asking questions about this. Here's what we know today.
Fox News alert, a major update in the White House cocaine scandal. According to a report cited by the New York Post, a source close to the White House says Joe Biden knows exactly who left the bag of cocaine in the White House. And it's someone in the Biden family orbit. But this source says it wasn't Hunter's. Now, we haven't verified the report, but if this is true, it adds another layer to the cover-up.
So, ladies and gentlemen, a reminder here that they did, in fact, attempt to blame this on Kamala Harris. I want to play this just for posterity, that they went to MSNBC and they said, you better start saying that Kamala Harris is the person who dropped the bag of coke. They tried to pin it on the black member of the administration. Just a reminder for the receipts.
Kelly, the big change is where this was found. And it was found, by my observation, in a much more secure place, limited access place than that West Wing reception area. It's still a frequently trafficked place, but it's down near the Situation Room, right off West Executive, down below. And normal people, average people just can't get in there, even with the entry from the Northwest Gate.
Well, let me bring you up to date with the reporting that I have. What we have learned is that there are, in fact, two West Wing entrances. You know that, I know that, but for the benefit of our audience. And now the investigation has progressed, and so they're saying the West Executive entrance, which, as you noted, is closer to the Situation Room and closer to the Navy mess, where there's the facilities for food and so forth. It is also next to West Executive Drive. That's where, for example, the vice president's vehicle is parked.
So it's the vice president. That's what they tried to get out there into the public sphere. Now, Kamala Harris is somebody who you could say, yeah, man, that person is on something. That person's on something. This is why this could have worked. Now, the Bidens have a long history of blaming black people for their problems. The Bidens have a long history of attacking young men like Corn Pop, young upstanding members of their community like Corn Pop, because of his race. And because of the amount of pomade that he has in his hair, as Joe Biden evidenced. He wanted to wrap a chain around his neck and kill Corn Pop. Hunter Biden, when he was kicked out of the Navy, do you know that Hunter Biden blamed two black men for his positive drug test in the Navy, saying that he bummed a cigarette off of two African immigrants, and that cigarette just happened to have cocaine in it. So this is a long time family tradition for the Bidens. We, this last week, happened to have the largest black fraternity actually gathering here in Tampa, Florida. So we went and hit the bricks and hit the street and asked them about Kamala Harris. We didn't specifically ask them about the amount of cocaine that Kamala Harris may or may not be on. But we did ask these gentlemen, fine, upstanding gentlemen, what they thought of her. And it turns out that, well, they think about they think about Kamala Harris the same way you most likely think about Kamala Harris. Watch. You would assume these fine gentlemen would have something nice to say about Kamala Harris. Let's go find out. Any favorite Kamala Harris quotes?
Nope, y'all know any?
Kamala Harris quotes?
Sorry.
When we talk about the children of the community, they are the children of the community.
What is your favorite Kamala Harris quote?
I don't have one.
You need to go. I need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work and get home.
Stop it. Get some help.
Do you have a favorite Kamala Harris accomplishment?
Kamala Harris accomplishment. You know what? If I would have known of one, then I would have thought of one.
I just love the idea of exploring the unknown.
What is your favorite Kamala Harris accomplishment?
I'm not sure.
That's okay.
She wasn't,
It's a great video. You guys should watch the whole thing. We have a lot of fun. Everyone was saying we should do more of those, and we certainly hear you loud and clear. We also hear a guy known as the Wolf of Wall Street loud and clear. A guy who's done probably his weight in cocaine, was on Jesse Waters' show talking about this. Jesse Waters has asked for a FOIA request. Remember, this is the guy that got Paul Pelosi's mugshot and the videotape from Paul Pelosi's drunken arrest Man, imagine. I have a ton of sympathy for Paul Pelosi. Imagine coming home to Nancy every single night. Imagine having to pick up the phone calling, like, hey, call your wife. It's Nancy Pelosi on the other end of the line. Dude, that could drive any man to consume an enormous amount of alcohol and throw a hammer party. Who knows? And so it's certainly possible that Jesse Waters may get to the bottom of this. He had on an expert known as the Wolf of Wall Street. They made a movie about it, Leonardo DiCaprio, Scorsese, and everything. But this guy, he knows his way around the drug markets, the high-end drug markets, and he had something very interesting to say about who the cocaine caper was. Watch.
So listen, obviously, I don't know for sure, but here's my theory. The obvious person to point to is Hunter Biden. Why? Because the action, like what people aren't focused on is why would someone take it out of their pocket and leave it somewhere? The answer is because when you're in that mindset of an addict, you want to have like little drop points so you can kind of sneak in, take a quick hit, leave it there for safekeeping, and come back. So it was being stored somewhere. In other words, you could easily keep it in your pocket, get in and out without getting detected. So the person that put it there had to be there on a consistent basis to keep using it undetected.
Okay, so this is why we're spending so much time on all of this. Lies, ladies and gentlemen. It's important to look at some of the smaller level lies or some of the more interesting or funny lies to realize that these people are capable of lying about much, much bigger things. So if you catch someone in a small lie, if your wife says, I'm going to the grocery store, and you find out she didn't go to the grocery store, why'd you lie to me? It's strange behavior. And we should have a relationship with the people who are supposedly representing us and supposedly got the most votes in history. We should have a relationship where they don't lie to us. So why are they lying? Here's the biggest, most demonstrable lie was cringe Jean-Pierre cringing her off, lying about where the cocaine was found in the building. This is how you know. They knew exactly who brought it in. They know exactly the culprit, and they've been covering their tracks. Here's our cringe for the day.
And can you just say once and for all whether or not the cocaine belonged to the Biden family? So,
okay, I hear you, but you're asking me a question, so I'm answering it for you. And so that's why he said the Hatch Act. So I would, have you read the transcript and read the transcript fully so you can see exactly what he was trying to say. So that's number one. So we're not avoiding the question. That is not true. We've answered this question, litigated this question for the last 2 days exhaustively. There has been some irresponsible reporting about the family. And so I got to call that out here. And I have been very clear. I was clear 2 days ago when talking about this over and over again as I was being asked a question. As you know, and media outlets reported this, the Biden family was not here. They were not here. They were at Camp David. They were not here Friday. They were not here Saturday. They were not here Sunday. They were not even here Monday. They came back on Tuesday. So to ask that question is actually incredibly irresponsible.
You see, but it's not, you see. But you are a liar. Cringe. You lie for a living. What is the price of your soul? Check this out from the Pool Report. Pooler saw Jill Biden, baby Beau, Hunter Biden climb into the presidential SUV. President Biden followed a few minutes later. On Friday. How the hell are you going to argue with guys who got photos of the Biden family there on Friday? The day before, if I have my timeline correct, the day before the cocaine was found. It's the Pool Report. The White House pooler is the press, the agent of the press that travels with the president everywhere. There's always one person with the press that travels with the president everywhere. So White House pooler is saying, no, they were there on Friday. So this is a lie. So if you find someone in one lie, what are they trying to cover up? Let's pull the yarn here. Let's go talk with White House security. Who has done White House security that we know? Well, our friend Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino has done White House security. He's a Secret Service agent for, I think, 15 years, protected Republicans, protected Democrats. Stood a post at the White House. I can tell you this as somebody who's been to the White House numerous times. You ain't get a bag of cocaine in there. Don't you try. Don't you normal people try. Dan Bongino said the exact same thing. Watch.
A lot of my former colleagues in the Secret Service who retired, they are absolutely furious about this.
Really?
Oh, yeah. If I tell you I got 50 emails, communications, texts from people, this is embarrassing, humiliating. These are good guys, man. Guys who've worked for Obama and Bush, but, you know, the nonpartisan guys. Most of them aren't even political. This is embarrassing. They know exactly who it was.
Wow. So do these people want it to come out that it was probably Hunter Biden?
Well, you know, the question is it Hunter or one of his friends? But like, here's the thing. So I'm in the Secret Service 12 years, you know, a good amount of time. We never had this problem. So nobody by Occam's razor, right? The process of deduction, keep things simple, keep it simple, stupid, Occam's razor. Right? You got this guy. We never found coke in there before. You got a dude who's doing coke on tape, who's got a reputation of being a cokehead. He's living in the White House. He's there on Friday. The coke's found on Sunday, and everybody's like, gosh, who could it be?
Who could it possibly? Who done it? It's a Sherlock Holmes mystery. Who done it?